Hello, my name is Alexandra Kogut, and I am here today to talk about a sustainability program at Monroe Community College. I first want to start off by talking to you about sustainability and how irresponsible sustainability practices are affecting the earth. So we're affecting all of these things here: the atmosphere, fresh water and oceans, our land. Most importantly, we are affecting our existence. The earth needs these things to strive, and without these things to strive, then we cannot strive. So if the earth can't strive, we can't strive. So we need these things. This graph here talks about human welfare and ecological footprints. I just want you to notice here that the U.S. is all the way up here at a 9.5, and this line here is where we meet the minimum criteria for sustainability. And this is a little bit over 2.0. Africa, you can see, is on the other side there. So how did we get up here? What does all of this mean? Well, we got up here because the U.S. were wealthy, and with wealth we can buy more stuff, and stuff becomes garbage. We also have a very high population. Our high population means that there are more people that use up these resources. They need more stuff. Again, stuff becomes garbage. We're also very advanced. We're way more advanced than Africa, all the way at the other end of the spectrum. And being advanced, we have all these new technologies that are not necessarily eco-friendly. Also, people don't know how to recycle this stuff. All the TVs, the computers, all this new stuff that we have, people don't really know how to recycle it. Therefore, it becomes garbage. But as scary as this looks, it's not the end of the world. We can still reverse this. We just have to start here. And that's where MCC comes into play. So we want to teach our future to become more responsible. Our students are role models for future generations. They're our next teachers, our next doctors. We really need to teach them to get out there and be responsible recyclers, responsible in sustainability, because they are our future. So let's identify the problem. At MCC, we lack awareness and participation from students, faculty, and the community. We have recycling only in certain areas. Energy conservation is not consistent, and we limit innovation for improved processes, and that's why I'm here today, because I want to talk about that. So like I said, we lack awareness and participation. We already have something in place that talks about this stuff. This is the web page right here, right from MCC, our sustainability page. We also have recycling only in designated areas. A lot of the classrooms only have the garbage bin, which is this middle one right here. These are MCC's current recycling bins. These are in the library. We have some of these scattered around. Some of the classrooms have them, not most of them. They're mainly in the hallways. So basically, we have classrooms that only have garbage bins, and students are throwing bottles and paper and stuff that should otherwise be recycled right into these garbage bins, and it's not being recycled. So that's something that we need to fix. Energy conservation is not consistent. Like I said, we already do have things that we're doing to promote sustainability, conserve energy, all that great stuff. However, it's not consistent. There's more that we can do. Again, that's why I'm here. I want to talk about what we can do. So how are we going to fix this problem? Well, I want to promote awareness, encourage participation. We will also reap financial benefits. I want us to lead by examples. We're going to improve energy conservation, and we're going to launch new programs and a new committee. So how are we going to promote awareness? Well, let's start here. We're going to host quarterly seminars that talk about everything involving recycling, sustainability, all that stuff. And we want to place advertisements in strategic places during events all around the school, the library, the cafeteria, so that students can see these advertisements. Green tip of the day, place a link on the MCC's webpage to our sustainability page. Both of these things, any community member, student, faculty that gets right onto our MCC webpage will see how serious we are about this, and hopefully they'll see it and they'll want to get involved. So we also want to introduce students to our efforts at student orientation. So from the second that students are here at MCC, we're getting them involved and teaching them great stuff about this. So also the addition of a new course at MCC, I'd like to count it as a PE credit. I think that this would really encourage students to get in there and take this class. A PE credit is required for most of our degree programs here at MCC. So with this, we would encourage students to learn about this stuff, which is why we're here. Encourage participation. How are we going to do this? I want to start by introducing a new student-ran organization similar to student government, campus activities board. This organization would revolve around sustainability, all the events, speakers, all this stuff, all around sustainability. All-in-one recycling bins. I talked earlier about the current recycling bins that MCC uses and how students are throwing their bottles into regular garbage cans in their classrooms. I want to take out all of the garbage cans out of classrooms, replace them in the hallway with all-in-one recycling bins, paper, plastic, cans, garbage, all in separate, one lid, all organized in the same piece. So students would be able to throw their garbage out and recycle all in one place, and it just promotes recycling so we're not getting bottles and stuff in the regular garbage. A green theme for clubs and organizations. So not only would we have an organization that revolves around sustainability, but we're getting all clubs and organizations involved. So this year we had a theme for healthy living. Students that were part of these clubs and organizations did events that revolved around healthy living. So now we want to change it, green it up a little bit. A green theme for every professor to incorporate sustainability into at least one lecture or assignment. Again, getting students participating, learning. I talked a little bit earlier about reaping financial benefits. So how are we going to do this? We're going to reduce paper use, purchase recyclable materials so that we can recycle these rather than throwing them out, buying new stuff. We can just recycle it all. Reduce energy usage by replacing this old stuff that eats up energy. Sell items rather than dispose of them. So we're getting money for that, and for recycling, we're saving the earth. We want to lead by example. So we would do this by making resources available to the community, being an example for the community, advertising so that people know about it, and inviting the public to our quarterly seminars so anybody can get involved. I talked about improving energy conservation, so we're going to do this by reminding students and faculty to turn off the lights. Just a little reminder next to each light switch, just turn the lights off and we can conserve energy. Replace existing light bulbs with eco-friendly light bulbs, again conserving energy. Replacing the existing faucets, fixtures, and washers with water-saving fixtures, so again conserving energy. Replacing existing appliances with low wattage alternatives. All of those conserving energy again. There are some programs I would also like to encourage here at MCC. One of them is composting, which is this little fixture mess down here. It's all of the garbage that cannot be recycled put into this little bin here, and this is a natural fertilizer that we can use in our gardens and stuff. The Dump and Run program, it's a nonprofit organization that I would like to encourage here at MCC. MCC students that live in the dorms, maybe at the end of the year before it's time to move, they just toss out their stuff that they don't have room for in their car, that they don't care to have anymore. Couches, TVs, whatever else that